And we're live! Hey guys, Robert Lee here, the founder and executive video producer of ShaLaLaLa Productions, where we create marketing videos and cover live events focusing on the education and medical industry with a specialty in pop culture. And I'm here with
Matt Haas. I have YouTube channels, many of them. Good to be here.
I was gonna say, and we're back for today.
True statement.
True statement. Yeah. We'll get into all that about what's been going on and the change and stuff like that. But I think the most important thing is that since we've been away for the summer, I thought I'd just start off with Matt just to say, like, what have you been up to? Like how was the summer for you?
Oh my goodness, how much time do you got? I can go on forever. Well, you know, I've been trying to keep busy. There has been venues opening up, and it's a little bit easier to do things out and about. So I've been to the amusement park a few times. I've been to a couple baseball games. Got a couple more out-of-town baseball games scheduled for the end of this month. Trying not to get into too much trouble. And I've been doing all kinds of crazy things across all of my web properties, and just really going crazy with things. My All Things YouTube channel, I'll tell you that much. This has been really going good. I've been getting a lot of people showing up for the live streams, asking great questions, giving great feedback. I publish an edited video every now and then on YouTube, but it's kind of crazy because I wasn't seeing the growth that I had expected, and I'm like, okay, well, now it seems to be doing really well. you try and zig, and then you think you gotta go zagging. So it's been fun. Oh, live before. Dream host shirt. How appropriate. So dreamy. So hosty. This is my web host.
Nice.
I've been buying domain names. That's another thing I've been doing. I think I have a problem. I need to go to a self-help group for people who buy too many domain names because I can't stop.
Really?
I have 11 of them now for all of my online antics.
Oh man.
Which is probably 10 too many.
Well, I remember because like the first one was the most important one, was the one in your name that took a while there from what I recall.
Well, I've had matthaas.com since forever, but what I was trying to get was the misspelling of my name, and I tried to snipe it for a decade. I hired a sniping service to snatch it up when it became available, and it took 10 years to get that misspelling of my domain name. I have a whole story about that. There's a lot of Matt Haas's out there. I'm not the only Matt Haas. No, another Matt Haas had misspelled, obviously. Anyway, yeah. It's fun. I could go on and on. I don't want to bogart the conversation. Maybe we'll kick it back to you and kind of go back and forth a little bit.
Sure.
What's going on with you? Because I got a lot more to yammer on about.
No problem. No, I think as we were talking off air, it was a matter of just a combination of things for the summer that kept me busy. I know, like the first thing was that just to start a summer, colleague that you know well, John Kowaleski, and I, it was the first time we actually worked together in person for a live stream event in New Hampshire, which was the New England Fraser Horse Club, and they had a horse show that day. So it was pretty neat, just for the fact that it was the first time in over a year to be able to go on site, to be actually filming specifically for like a live streaming event. So that was pretty neat, because you can only do so much in these four walls here. So to be able to go out the film out in the fresh air and stuff. Oh, it was pretty neat. Um, I,
Cool.
I will refrain from making any horse humor there, just because I don't want to gross myself. But yeah, I mean, so I mean, and just the combination of just the things, whether it's family obligations, which I may allude to as to the necessary change Roast Wednesday, as well as to the get ramped up in terms of being able to to work in the field there. So yeah, so it's a combination of things, and well, trying to enjoy the summer as well, to with the family and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So, um, I was gonna say that's in a nutshell, but I'm sure like you, I could yammer on as to the stuff going on in the summer and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was cool. We rented a beach house because the free house that we used to go to every year, because Tracy's sister owns a beach house, and we always have like a family vacation down there for free. But now there's too many dogs, so we can't fit all the dogs under one roof. So we had to rent our own house,
Right.
and that was a lot of fun. This house was gorgeous that we rented. Big, had everything in it. I'm like, man, people got money because this thing was nice. But yeah, so I was down there with my son and his girlfriend. My son's 21, and my wife and I were in this huge house. It's too big for us, quite frankly. We need to invite more people now, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Took my bike down.
Yep.
Got to ride my bike all over the place. It was, and I lost weight. I lost a pound during vacation, and I was just stuffing seafood into my face like nobody's business.
I'm
It was
guessing
obscene.
lobster.
Yeah, lobster, crab legs, all kinds of fish, shrimp. So much, mountains and mountains of shrimp. Yeah, it was a good vacation. But yeah, like I said, I'm keeping busy with a lot of different things I can go into. But yeah.
I know one thing I've noted, because I see that Sammy's online watching us, is you were talking about well, yesterday when doing a tech test about something about a taco meme.
I don't know why I do this. Like I'm sitting here minding my own freaking business, and pops into my head, I should start a Facebook page and post taco memes daily. Like, why did I even have that thought? Well, I ended up doing it. It now has over 150 likes on it,
Hmm.
and I set the calendar up to post a taco meme every day at 8:45 in the morning, Eastern time. So if you want to drop a like on my taco meme Facebook page, it's not a group, it's a Facebook page, go for it. I mean, what else is there to say? It's that's my business plan. I have a 3-step business plan.
Okay, let's
Step
hear it.
one, step one is memes. Step two is I forget step two, and step three is profit. There you go. Come
Exactly.
to me for come to me for business advice. I put the Facebook page in the YouTube chat here on our show. So if anyone wants to drop a like on the Awesome Taco Memes Facebook page, you will get one taco meme a day. Yeah, so I did that. I made my Festivus show public on All Things YouTube. Once a year, I bring other people on the show, like you're doing here with me,
Yep.
and I'm on the ShaLaLaLa Productions channel.
Yep.
Well, one time a year, I have people on my All Things YouTube show, and that's December 23rd, which is Festivus, and we celebrate Festivus with the airing of grievances. So anyone in the world can come on my show and air their grievances about social media, YouTube, or anything online digital life. If you've got a problem, this is the venue where you can come on and rant. I'm going to rotate people in 5 minutes at a time, and we'll just go through the whole thing. I did it last year. It was a heck of a lot of fun. So this is the second annual Festivus show, December 23rd. It's on all things YouTube. Go to it's in the upcoming live streams shelf on the front page of my YouTube channel, All Things YouTube. And join me at 5 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, December 23rd. So how's that? How's that for giving people notice of a live stream?
You can never, there can be never enough time to be able to advance well ahead. This is still September. Yeah. So consider yourself update. I mean, heads up. Well, at least something you can put on the calendars.
Link in the description for my Festivus show. You can go there and just hit the set reminder button, because once you load the page, there'll be a set reminder button in the video area. You can hit that and catch me during Festivus, where we'll do the airing. And if my son's in the house, I'll do the feats of strength at the end.
Nice.
Oh.
Or at the very least, you know, if there's a way to do it virtually, you could always assign a proxy to your son for the feats of strength, which would be one heck of a stream for sure.
Oh man, it's crazy. Oh, Sammy has a question for us.
All right, let's hear it. All right. Are you sad that Verbose Wednesdays are over? Well, I'll let you take it first, Matt.
Well, yeah. I mean, we did 40. This is the 40th show, so it's always good to do 40 of something. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, it just it's a little bit sad, but I go all out. Like, I don't do anything halfway, and if any of my endeavors kind of throttle back from all in, then it's time to reassess. So that's a little bit sad that we couldn't really push it as hard as we both needed to. But yeah, no, hey, you know, you gotta look at the positive. We did 40 great shows. We entertained a lot of people. Robert and I had fun. Robert and I learned a lot through the process. So it's a win in my book.
Yeah, I mean, as I may have alluded to in the description or various posts, that even though this may be the last show, I mean, it's not necessarily the end. I mean, anything could happen between now to the end of the year, whatever. So, I mean, I could easily see something new that could develop either between us or our respective endeavors. So, but it's just like, I hate to use the old cliche like life happens, but it's just one of those situations where, given the circumstances, it was hard to continue the way that it needed to be. To Matt's points, in terms of either the growing the program, and to outreach it, and to I think it's not that we didn't try to think of other ways to keep it going, but I think based on the circumstances and what needed to be, it just seemed to me to make the right choice of make the change. So
so that's that. You know, it is what it is. But
and it's
hey, you know, I would always rather try something than wonder what if. Like, you never want to wonder what would have happened because you didn't do something.
Right. And, I mean, and it's not to say that we won't see each other virtually, afterwards, or find other ways to engage or see each other. In fact, I know, like Matt was talking about trying to get together a ear jump or ear
indoor skydiving.
Sorry, indoor skydiving. That's right.
Who wants to do indoor skydiving? I'm putting it out there. So there's a place in the suburb of Philadelphia that does indoor skydiving, and it's rather inexpensive, and it sounds like a fun thing to do. I went actual skydiving, and I would love to do that again, but I had some health ear pressure issues, which is going to prevent me from doing it again. So, but when you're doing an indoor skydiving, you have no pressure issues because you're at the same altitude the whole time. Well, less, about 30, 40 feet, but you're not 10,000 feet in the air.
Right.
Anyway, so if anyone's interested in that, DM me and we'll try and put it together. Jump, 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 says Joshua. Yeah. And I even read the FAQs. You can have a full dinner before you go. Like, there's no nausea because you're not moving. Yeah, you're not moving. You're literally floating. because when you're jumping out of an airplane, you are falling towards the ground. Your altitude is changing, and you are moving at a high rate of speed. When you're floating on a column of air indoors, there's no nausea. Anyway, you can have a cheesesteak before or afterwards. It's all good. I would live stream this, says Sammy. Cool. Yeah, maybe.
Provided you're not up chucking when you're live streaming there, Sammy. So.
Yeah. I got a list of other things I'm kicking around. Should I go through a couple of them, Robert?
Let's hear it.
All right. Oh, Love Audio says, yeah, there's nausea in the plane on the way up. I wasn't bad on the way up. It was on the way down when the pressure changed rapidly. My head felt like it was going to pop. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So the wood shop, I'm doing more stuff in the wood shop. I did a couple projects. Some of them aren't even on camera. I built that desk for those two keyboards. I don't know if you can tell. That black thing and this white thing are little tiny keyboards. I built the contraption to hold those, which I love. I put that out as a video on Awesome Wood Things. I'm building some furniture for the shop to hold tools. That's a lot of fun. You guys, tools are heavy. Woodworking tools are hundreds of pounds, and so I'm building furniture that's so reinforced that if you were to drop a truck on my furniture, you would break the truck and not the actual furniture. Like, it's overbuilt. I'm building a CNC machine, which is a overhead computer-controlled carving machine with the X-axis, the Y-axis, and the Z-axis, so you can carve out gears and lettering and signs and things like that. So I'm really psyched about that because I'm going to do a lot of cool content with it. I'm going to be making cutting boards in the shape of a piano keyboard in the shop.
Yep.
And I'm going to be making kinetic sculptures out of wood.
Oh, okay.
So high-end gallery-style art pieces that move. And the CNC machine is going to help me with that. So got a lot of things going on on the woodworking content side of things. Thinking about doing a Maker's Rock. Hey, hi Stuart video.
Hey Stuart.
I'm thinking about doing my Maker's Rock challenge again, which is where people can create in their shop or craft room a 12-inch by 12-inch piece of art that mirrors a vinyl record album. So we call it Maker's Rock because we make these rock albums. And there's a whole self-promotion angle to it where you get more eyeballs on your stuff because every participant has to shout out other participants. And the whole idea is you publish your video on the same day. So you flood YouTube with the same Maker's Rock type video. It's a lot of fun. I did it 4 years in a row and then took some time off. Thinking about bringing that back. And it's just a good way to kind of put me out front of the community because I'm sort of running something that people are into.
Yep. So
it kind of gets you noticed a little bit more than you would normally get noticed. So I'm thinking about making that happen again. It's always in the spring of when we post our videos, so let's kind of get fired up now because you need lead time.
Right.
I've decided to. Since I did the Lita challenge on Live Streaming Pros again, I kind of said to myself, well, it's really not that hard to go live.
Right.
So I'm like, well, why don't I just go live every morning before work? So the way I have it now is most Mondays through Fridays. I skip a few here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I just, with no marketing, boom, just go live on my Awesome Fun Things channel. Awesome Fun Things. Not all things YouTube, not Awesome Wood Things, not Piano Awesome. Awesome Fun Things. And I just go on, and if someone jumps on, I'll chat with them, but I talk about what I'm doing, the challenges I've had. Sometimes I'll just share knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll just talk about some things I'm trying to figure out. Maybe it's tech gear. Maybe it's something I want to solve. Just an informal couple minutes a morning before I get into my day.
Right.
So that's happened. I did 10 of those so far.
Okay.
Maybe 11.
Right.
I think I did 11 of them. So, yeah. So get subscribed to awesome, fun things on YouTube.
Yeah, just throw up the link there in the description, and I mean, in the chat, so folks can see it.
Yeah.
So pretty much, as I always want to say, Matt's on fire.
Well, I don't know about that. In many ways, I've pulled back a little bit. I mean, I'm still doing a lot of stuff, but I could do a lot more. So everything's cataloged in Notion, which is a free online relational database, and I highly recommend it. So here's my Notion feed. Actually, pop over there if you want.
Okay. You're throwing up the... Okay.
I'll screen share here. There we go.
Let me just give you the screen.
Yeah. So this is a web page, and I put the link in the description. And this particular screen does all of my live streams. So this is where I'm going to be in the future. So here's today, September 8th. That's our show we're doing. And then tomorrow I'm on 90 Just Blown. Friday I'm on VF Talks. Monday comes around my show again, and I also publish the one that's 2 weeks out. And then there's my airing of Grievances Festivus show. And if you forget where that link is, you can go to allthingsyoutube.com, scroll down, and in this little miss something section that says Matt's Notion page, and then you can go there, and that's how you get back to it. So Notion's going really well, and this also catalogs all of my assets for content creation. So if I go into this other screen, now you can't see this online, but here's all of my videos and live streams I've done across all of the properties I do. You can kind of see there's a whole mix of Venture Forward, Brenda G's Designs, All Things YouTube, Piano Awesome. And I not only do this just for funsies, I also catalog the important metadata bits of the assets. So this is the movie file that I published. This is the thumbnail assets I published. These are the locations within my editing software, Final Cut Pro, the library, the event, the project, things like that. So blah, 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 bottom line, I'll know where my stuff is, because sometimes I'll go, oh, I remember that thumbnail. I did that really cool thing. I want to copy that graphic off of that old thumbnail I did 2 months ago. Where is that file? Did I archive it on one? Notion tells me exactly where it's at, what hard drive it's on, and what it's called, anyway. So I'm having fun with Notion. It's getting better. They had an update that makes the URLs. If you have a URL field, you click it and you go right to the URL. Duh, that seems so simple, but before you clicked it and it put a little button next to it, and then you had to click the little button to go to the URL. I'm like, why do you need to double click a link? I mean, it's 2021. I mean, come on. We could put a man on the moon, but we can't single click a link. Anyway, so Notion's made that better, so I'm happy about that. I gave a friend of mine some private financial advice, if you can believe it.
How'd that go?
Well, really well. I tell you what, man, I've been thinking about starting a financial channel because financial channels bring in the ad revenue like 10 times more than a how-to channel would or an education channel would. But yeah, it went really good, because some people are really weird with money. Like they just, they work and they spend what they make, and they just want to go through life, and they don't really look forward.
Right.
They don't have forethought and things like that. But I was talking to one of my younger friends, 26, and there was a lot of interest. I mean, it wasn't, a lot of questions. And I'm like, I got answers. So we started talking and talking and talking. I'm like, you know what? Why don't you do this, this, and this? And then in a couple of weeks, we'll jump on Zoom and continue this out. Because I was out with them. And I was like, well, do it. And I did. And oh, man, it's a lot of fun to set someone on the right path. Because there were mistakes were going to be made. Like, there was going to be a whole life policy that was going to get purchased with an investment vehicle attached. I was like, oh my God, you need to shut that down immediately. Don't do that. So there were some bad things that they were going to do. I'm like, no, don't do those bad things. Do it this way.
Right.
And then do this, this, and this automatically with your paycheck money, and then do this, and then here's the next stage that you would want to do, and then here's the next stage. And I'm like, this is what it's going to look like when you retire. And when you tell people that number, they're like, oh my God, I can have that one. I'm like, yeah, what do I need to do? You just need to do, you pay yourself first. Anyway, it was a lot of fun because some people just don't know this stuff. They just don't know. They don't think about it. They don't seek out the answer. They don't know to ask the question, and they're just going through life. And I'm like, man, it was a lot of, I don't want to say fun, but it was very rewarding to kind of set this person up to irrevocably change their life. Mm-hmm. Like, the advice I gave them, as simple as it was, it's going to change this person's life in 5 years. And the trip, now they're on a path to triple their income in 2 years because they were going to get some training, and then to apply for a different position.
Okay.
And they were on track to cancel that. I'm like, are you nuts? You can't live on what you're making now. Anyway, so I just thought I'd share that because I have not. I mean, listen, I've been around the block. I'm no spring chicken. I figured out a lot of things in this life, and yeah, if you can take it from me and do some things that are intelligent. Yeah, buy low, sell high. My advice is diamond hands, baby, diamond hands. Do you know what that meme is? Diamond hands?
Diamond hands, is that from...
Diamond hands is when you hold a security to squeeze the hedge funds that are trying to short sell it. So, like with the AMC stock, the meme stock.
Yeah.
So you buy the stock and you hold on to it and you have diamond hands. When you sell it, you have paper hands. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so I thought that was fun. And the last thing I have to report on what's going on with Matt Haas front is my health.
Yes.
I am getting healthy.
Nice.
In March, with the consulting of my doctor, I went on a diet.
Okay.
I didn't jump into it willy-nilly. I consulted my doctor. We had a plan. He told me what to look out for. He told me the pros and cons, and we decided to do it. And I'm down 18 pounds. And my blood work is so much better. Like, oh my God. Like, from where I was in March, well, actually February, to where I am now, what a difference it makes. So I've never felt better. I'm eating delicious food. I'm not, like, I used to just tear bags open and just shove chips and crackers into my mouth. I don't do that anymore. I eat real food.
Nice.
And anyway, so yay me. I'm not perfect by any stretch, and but boy, I've made some major improvements, and I'm really happy about that. So
nice. But then again, who's perfect these days with the way how things are going? You know.
Exactly, exactly. But it was sort of a wake up call because he said, "Listen, man, I'm going to tell you straight. And this is why I like the guy. My doc. You know what my doctor does for funsies?
What's that?
He works with MMA, mixed martial arts,
Oh, okay.
and his clients hire him to make sure the clients don't get killed in the ring when they do the mixed martial arts.
Well, that's a
So
good thing.
he's the doctor that stops the fight when his client gets knocked out or whatever. Anyway, he's a badass dude. And anyway, he said to me, he said, "Matt," he says, "if I saw this blood work, these stats, the results of your blood work 10 years from now, if this was the same report 10 years from now," because I would be 10 years older, obviously, he says,
Okay.
"we'd be having a whole different conversation." He's like, so it was sort of a wake-up call. It's like, your blood work's not that good right now. This was back in March when I saw him last time. And so got on the diet, and I got the blood work done, and I fixed all the issues. So anyway, I'm happy about that. So yeah, I'm got that under control, and I don't think I'm ever going back to my old habits of diet.
I can dig
That's a
it.
lot of fun. Yeah, it's good to be healthy. It's good to feel good. It's good to have energy. It's
Right.
good not to be tired all the time.
Yeah.
So because I got a lot I want to do. I don't want to be like the old decrepit, you having trouble moving. Like like you can really hurt yourself by not taking care of yourself. And it's just time I corrected a few things, and I just wanted to report that with the careful guidance of my doctor, which I'm not, don't take any advice from me. This is just what's happening to me. Consult your doctor. But yeah, so wow. Good stuff. Good stuff in that area.
Nice. I've and like been fortunate. Like my brother, he's like my dad. He's a pretty good cook, so like he's been helped me eat better. Although the last month I was a little bit off the rails, but yeah, I mean in terms of just trying to improve my cholesterol level for my physical later this month. But yeah, I mean my blood pressure is a lot better than the last. I think the last go around, and just this is September, so since April, May, June, July, August. So I guess it's been over 5 or 6 months that I haven't touched any soda or diet soda. So it's I don't want to say it taken off the edge because I'm sure there's probably some other things that make me a little. But I mean, it helps just to be a lot more as best a level ahead with all things consider. So um,
Hey, dropping soda is a huge step forward. Just that one thing will yield tons of results because they don't even label the sugar properly. They have added sugar and regular sugar. They like
mhm.
hide it. It's criminal almost what they do with sugar water. I'm never touching a soda again. Well, full disclosure,
Yes,
when I was at the beach,
yes.
I wanted pizza out of the oven,
Hmm.
and I wanted a fountain Pepsi with ice.
Ah,
So I had a couple sips of the fountain Pepsi with ice and a couple bites of pizza. So I did sort of cheat a little bit, but that I think is probably the only time I will ever consume soda is if I have pizza straight out of the oven, and then I will consider soda. I used to drink soda with whiskey. I love whiskey and soda. But I phased out the soda. I'll just drink the whiskey now. Anyway, yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. Soda's you'll balloon right up with soda. It's. I'm surprised it's even a thing. But yeah, good on you. Good on you.
So that's cool. Good health is always good to report or the share with everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But in terms of, well, I don't know if this is really much of a transition, but from health to just trying to keep things up to date or to ramp up. Some of the things that I've been doing was I know that part of the other reason as to the necessity to change is that now that before I've done a lot, made the jump to focus live streaming, I've been shooting in the field, and that could be anywhere between filming interviews, covering live events, or just or or a combination of things. And so, some of the work I've done with Harvard is like filming education classes that they could live stream to students that can't be there in person because they're either working remotely or they they do their classes online. So it was a matter of just being able to get ready to get back to the film uh, in the classroom. So it's so because the schedule is a little bit like kind of like an on call kind of feel. That kind of contribute to the availability. So coupled with that, and I've there's a couple of shoots that's coming up next week to be able to film on the field, and so and I mentioned this before we went on air is that well, there's no easy way to put it, but I'm not exactly a tall guy, so one of the things that I had to do was to like invest in an external monitor that I can attach to my camera because when I'm filming, what's tough to do is that if there's any action in the field that's like let's see if the camera's here, so that's I guess perpendicular for me. If I swing
To
the
your
camera
side.
this way, yeah, and I can't see the viewing monitor that's attached to the camera, so I'd have to like kind of like work the tripod like a pole dancer to kind of like sneak around to see what I'm doing there. But at the same time, I had to use like an out box or what people would say a step ladder to be able to get up there. And so to try not to duplicate that type of challenge, necessitate to invest like in a monitor that I can attach to the camera, so that way I can see what's going on and not have to worry about it when I swing the camera that way. But to be able to do that, it required a lot of research just to find the right monitor that I wanted to get, as well as and when anything I invest in, I like to future proof it so that way if it's not just for for this shoot, but for other things. Like I could also use the monitor to double up as a viewing monitor if I were to live stream. And so it was a combination using the time during the summer to do a little research and find what works. And so let me see if I can get the image here. Pardon me if I switch
Well,
over.
it's good to upgrade your gear, to make your gear easier to use. Okay.
So that's the camera I film with, which is the Sony NX5U. The monitor. Let me see if I can get a better close up on it. This is the oh, I know you can't see it, but this is like the Blackmagic Video Assist, and what it was is that it allows me to um, attach that to the camera so I can see what's going on, and but in doing that, I just had to be able to make sure, like, with the new setup, as to how to be able to maneuver. So, what I like to do is like before we shoot is just to kind of like simulate the environment, so I could be able to get a feel, so that way I don't go into shoot cold for it. It's a bit overkill because I know there's some people that can go in there and just boom, 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 set up and film, but I like to use the time to be able to kind of like to take away any of the uncertainty because with all shoots anything can happen. So anytime I can kind of cut down um, any not miscues but anything that might be a problem to prepare for it helps me to address any other types of challenges that may come up with. Um, so it's a matter of kind of getting back to my geeky roots of preparing shoots and just like my brother always look for a good buy in investing gear. So um, just so that
Yeah.
way it's like I advocate. It's always good to prepare and plan. Just trying to not live up to the words. What's the word? Practice what I preach is I guess the best way to put it. So um,
It's clear that it's going to get you better footage because it'll be more convenience for you. And then better footage means happier clients, I'm sure. So yeah,
That
good
helps.
on you for the investment.
Yeah, and I think the other thing was that with the monitor, it's also a recording monitor, so it's also has like a backup. So if anything should happen with the camera itself that's filming on the footage, at least I can still capture it from the monitor. So that's also um, like a plan Z kind of thing. So if one goes, we have like a backup plan. So in
Oh,
addition to
yeah.
the preparing, I always like to be able to have like a contingency plan there. So um, not to sound like Batman where he's paranoid and has like a plan on a plan of a backup plan, but it's the way to go just to be able to try to ensure a good shoot. So,
Great. Good deal. Good deal.
but and then the other thing, let me see if I still have it here. I still been trying to promote the video production budgeting guideline. Just that knowing that how there's still a lot of people there that whenever they try to prepare a shoot that that they may not know how to budget for it just because they don't know what the cost is for it. And so I try to let people know that I have the resource available so that way I can help them budget appropriately and also kind of avoids the awkwardness of just interacting with the either producers, videographers, or or folks in the creative field. So that way they're a little bit more educated as to like what the cost involves. That way it doesn't present any type of unnecessary I wouldn't say conflict, but just that it's always a tricky thing. And so the more prepared, the more informed you are, I think it makes these types of discussions easier. And it's also like the flip side, like for also people in creative or people in the industry, they can use it to help them to the price accordingly. So it works both ways. So having a foot in both fields, it makes it. I'm in the rare position to be able to see things on both sides to help others communicate. So I've been trying to promote that as best I can. And actually, let me just
That's
provide the
great.
link there.
Having something valuable like that really can help a creator like yourself because it puts you ahead. You're declaring you've got this knowledge, you've got a problem that needs to be solved, and you've solved the problem, and here's the solution. Yeah, good on you. Good on you.
Fun stuff.
I have my content to-do list, which is
Okay.
free offer. You just sign up for my email newsletter, and then it's an instant download as part of the sign up process.
Okay.
And I have to-dos for preparing content, to-dos for publishing content, and then
Uh-huh.
to-dos for marketing the content. This is everything that I do. So if you want to know what Matt does to run his empire, I got it all in black and white. All you got to do is sign up for my email address. You can sign up at allthingsyoutube.com.
And speaking of mail list, just earlier this week, just released the latest newsletter. And since a lot of people have been talking about like hybrid events or remote production, and so I was able to like write an article just to help people know for those that are a little bit unsure what a hybrid event is. I had posted a newsletter, and actually, it was kind of nice to be able to hear from a subscriber thanking me to put the article out there. So, made my day for sure. But it's just that with a lot of people kind of bouncing back between filming or attending in person now, I think it's kind of revert back to like something hybrid as a combination of both. At least for those that are looking to create one or to know what goes on it. It was just a matter of just putting together an article to help people understand what it is and what goes on. So people aren't like, dare I say, left in the cold as to what it is. So, um, and so for those that are interested to subscribe to the newsletter, if for those that sign up uh, for the video production budget guideline, you in signing up for the newsletter, you'll be able to get a copy of the article. Or for those that aren't subscribed, what I may do later in the month is to kind of put together kind of piecemeal because it is pretty, dare I say, verbose. That I may just release it in bits.
Got it. Yep.
Knowledge is power. GI Joe theme song. Um, I don't know. I kind of forgot the words. So I'll default to my brother for those that want to hear that. But but
Are
yeah.
you familiar? Are you familiar with that? With the GI Joe meme?
Which one?
Here, I'll show you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's get you
got,
back up there.
There we go. So yeah, knowing is half the battle. So it's 50% knowing, 25% red lasers, 25% blue lasers, 50% knowing.
Nice.
Do you know what the funniest thing on the internet is?
What's that?
Someone took the old those little clips at the end of GI Joe where they have some sort of moral lesson that he teaches the kids, like
Okay.
don't be bullies and things like that. Someone took out the audio and they put in their own audio with the GI Joes interacting with the kids. And it is the funniest thing out there. First of all, like the one GI Joe adult character just starts talking and then just starts mumbling incoherently, and the kids are looking. I don't know. I can't go on. Just look it up. It's hilarious.
Gotcha. Let's see. Oh,
Copy trading's here. Hello.
hey, how's it going? What's interesting is like during the downtime is just to kind of pick up on some of the changes that I see either in live streaming tools or just features. So one of the things I've been meaning to ask is that I know like with the Facebook Live that they have kind of changed up the the producer's menu, but I noticed that they've also added some other things like polls, not dancing polls, but like polls that you can put up on live streaming. I guess as a means to engage with the audience, and I'm wondering if that's something you might see, you think that you might see like with YouTube Live, like adding like features like that, like engagement.
Already
tools.
have it.
Do they?
Polls are already part of. Yeah, you as the owner of this YouTube channel, you can throw a poll in the chat right now.
Okay.
It's easy peasy. It's right there. Look under the chat. Well, there'll be a poll button.
I thought it was
Yeah,
a
and he
menu
sees
button.
It's right there. It's staring you in the face.
Well, all right. I stand corrected. Well, actually, I should say sit corrected because I'm not standing. I'm sitting.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. But yeah, so it's just interesting to see like Facebook Live to try. I'm not Facebook Live. Facebook to try to like add like other features to either to keep up or just trying to like find add other things. But I wonder if they're just being a little bit too late or just kind of like waking up to like, oh, we should add some new stuff.
I don't know. Not too big on the Facebooks as far as growing an audience. I'm still convinced Facebook is more of a, for the most part, a casual viewing experience, and people stumble upon stuff when they're on Facebook. In general, people don't go to Facebook to engage with a content creator and to engage with every single thing that content creator does. So it's got that problem where YouTube, people go to YouTube to figure out a problem or to be entertained. So engaging with a content creator is what YouTube is built to do, and that's what the audience typically does on YouTube. I see these people, I've been streaming to Facebook, I've had moderate success. I'm like, yeah, well, it's Facebook. What do you expect?
Right.
There we go. You got the poll up there now.
Yep. All right.
Awesome.
All right. Just throw that there. See if that works.
Oh, Joshua knows. He knows about that GI Joe overdub. Yeah, that's good internet stuff right there. Don't put his comment on screen. Yeah, Facebook is the gateway drug. I don't know. I just think it's really hard to grow an audience on Facebook. I think Facebook is good to move the audience off of Facebook onto YouTube, but it's tough. It's tough, man. It really is tough. And it's not tough because you don't know what you're doing. It's not tough because you haven't invested in good gear. It's not tough because you haven't got your show flow perfect. It's tough because just people aren't in the mode to engage with a content creator on Facebook. They're there to just surf through the wall and find what's interesting. For the most part. Now, they're trying to do the Facebook gaming, so they're trying to up their streaming service. But Facebook is everything. Facebook is images, it's video, it's polls, it's groups, it's business pages. It's trying to do everything. And YouTube's over here killing it as a place to do shows, as a place to do video. I don't know. That's my holistic view of the landscape. So yeah, YouTube comes out with this feature, or Facebook comes out with this feature, Facebook comes out with that feature. They need to pay the creators. I think they're just starting to tip their toe into the profit sharing. But revenue with Facebook is one direction, to Facebook.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
That was a big part of YouTube's success, is they split the revenue. They're like, yeah, we'll partner with us. We'll give you part of the revenue of the ads. Genius. Then people could get behind that. People had a reason to be there. Anyway, Facebook needs to give up the cash. But anyway, that's my thoughts.
What's funny is you say cash, and I'm like looking at your logo and it's green. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
It's not green because cash is green. It's green for other reasons, but that's neither here nor there.
True. I was gonna make a Kermit joke, but I couldn't come up with a punchline, so we'll let that one go. But yeah, I hear you. Let's see. Okay, we got the link there. We got your taco page link, Festivus link. Yeah, just making sure we got all your stuff up there.
Just for funsies,
Funsies.
that whole taco thing,
Yes.
it was one lunch break during the week that I put that together. I built the Facebook page, I created the banner, I created the avatar, I filled out all the business information on the page, and I downloaded a bunch of taco memes and I scheduled them to post. And I have it through November. I did it in one lunch break. I just wanted to see if I could put together a web property that fast. So and then every morning I invite another alphabet letter of my friends list. So day one I invited all the A's, and then all the B's. So for 24 days, I'm going to just invite everyone on my friends list. It's already up to 150 something.
Is it?
I don't think you can just dump your entire friends list. I think Facebook gets mad at you for doing that. So I figure I'll trickle it on there. So been doing that. So.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get them mad anyway, so.
It's funny. Some letters have hundreds of people, and other letters have a couple dozen. Like there was a lot of M's. There was a lot of J's. A lot of people have J with the first letter of their name. Anyway. So.
Gotcha. Let's see. Oh, minor note, just because I thought it was always fun to put this together. In terms of gear update. So right now I'm using the Logitech Brios instead of the C920. I had originally. Oh God, I gotta get back because I can't. I'm getting kind of freaked out seeing myself twice. I had looked into the Sony the one that's has a lot of buzz, the ZVE10. But the thing that I haven't seen a lot about, which I know one of the things that it has an issue with, is the rolling shutter issue, where if you're using it as like a vlog cam on the field, it has that kind of shimmering effect when you're filming it on the go there. And so I haven't found a lot of resources like how they're addressing that, which which can be an issue if you're gonna like stream on the road there, and that kind of have it look like jello wobbly effect on your and when you're streaming. So, but so like as a result, I thought, well, I because I was gonna need to use the regular cameras to shoot on the field there, I had to swap out. So that's when I had to upgrade with the Brios there. So, oops. So it's kind of funny because this one of the things that I noticed is like the skin tone, and the camera does allow me to go a little bit wider than the C920, and I think it was just like one of the things about I had to look out for in terms of your investment, which is to be able to future proof it. And a lot of the productions I've seen, whenever they had to like set up like an interview kit, whenever they're doing like a remote shoot, is that they've used the Brios as their go-to camera that either they rent or even purchase to set out in the field there. So I figured, well, if it's good for them, guess it'll be good for me. So, but I had to kind of play around with it so that I didn't look too, well, it wouldn't be 3D. It's 4K, so I didn't want to be make it look too detailed where I might look like a Picasso painting just because you see so much of the contrast and stuff. So, um,
I don't. Do you pronounce the S? I don't think you pronounce the S on that name. I think it's just Brio.
I guess because I keep thinking of the bread brioche that I keep using the S.
Well,
Food on the mind
maybe
there.
I'm
So
wrong. I don't know. Artfully Blind with Diana stopped in. Hi, Artfully Blind with Diana. Glad you're here.
thanks for coming on. Checking us out, Diana. Um,
Yep. 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 Yep.
but yeah, so it's just more just things to look out for in the gears and stuff. So um, there we go. Now I just lost my train of
Cool.
thought. But
Well, think we were winding down anyway because we got
exactly.
through everything. But yeah,
Um,
I'm out there. I'm online. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm learning "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees on the piano, and that's a lot of fun. It's a fast song, but yeah.
and one thing I just want to do before we go is just that just doing my best to be able to be helpful with everyone. It's just that we do have a Facebook group, and it's called Live Streaming Friends, and so and that's just a great community where just to be able to promote others, to be able to have a safe place to be able to test your stream. So if you have your own show or just want to like figure out the logistics or any tech issues before going live, that's a place you can stream into. Just because the community is a great, if not like mine, of just like interests, and you can get some feedback, whether it's just a gear issue or just making sure your audio is working, and
Mhm.
other things. So so even though this may be the last episode, just want to be able to provide resources there so that you be able to get some questions there answered, whether any tech issues or just getting some feedback or just enjoying the fellowship of other members there too. So that's the live streaming friends there. So I'm just that links there is in the chat stream. So all you have to do is just join and have
That's
fun.
a great group.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yep. Um, Let me just see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I have much to add to that. But and oh, thanks, Josh. I don't know if I'd say silky, but it helps. I guess anything that can help improve the look is always an improvement. So,
Want to hear a little Staying Alive?
let's hear it. Let me just put you on the mat cam.
Ah! Well, that's all you get. The little keyboard popped up over the sheet music.
Gotcha.
That's Staying Alive right there.
Yep. And that's
all things funky. I know. How about it? Getting funky. Funky. Hey, speaking of funky, I asked Rich Vibes to play Staying Alive on his Sunday DJ set over on Mixcloud, and he did, but it was a remix of it, and I think it was a cover by Electric Light Orchestra. I don't know who, someone else did the cover, and it was extra funkified. I was in the funk mood listening to Rich Vibes' DJ version of Staying Alive.
I didn't even know there could be an extra a funkalicious level there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
This is the hard part right here. Trying to find it, Jim.
okay. Let me just play some funky music in the background for us.
All right, this- That is a weird combination of notes right there. Oh, Rich is still here. Cheers for the shout out. You got it, brother. Just keep being awesome. Rich Vibes is an awesome dude. You gotta check him out. He's got some good stuff out there on the interwebs. Diana, sorry, that's our last episode. Yep. Yeah, we're still around. We're still around, Diana. We're all over the interwebs.
Yep. So not necessarily the end. I mean, you'll see us in some virtual form, and as you say, yep, you'll see us at the live streaming friends for sure. And yep, always fun to be able to get a good cheer in for Rich for sure. All things funky. I think there's an echo there. Josh says he needs a cigarette after that keyboard work. Okay, smoke them if you got them, I guess.
Yeah, that it's a fast song, you know, because it's
Oh, and I got a message from my friend Phil Goulet, who's a diehard Verbose Wednesdays fan, and he just sent a text. I'll just read it to you. He said, "Great job putting together the 40 show series, Rob and Matt. I enjoy watching over the many months. If not live, then recorded. Your shows were entertaining, and I learned a lot. Best of luck to both of you, and I hope to see you both online collaborating again in the future, Phil." Thanks, Phil. So,
Phil. I don't know you, but you're an awesome dude. Thanks for the kind words.
he's a good college friend of mine that we did grad work together and in the MBA program over in UMass Lowell. So it's always when I first told him about the program, it was neat to be able to hear from him, and often he'll either give constructive criticism or just share how he enjoyed the show, and I always enjoy hearing the things that you share with everyone here. So
Cool. Good. Yeah. Thanks for that. We love feedback. Yeah. It's great when you can tell a creator feedback. I always encourage that, good or bad. If you like my stuff, let me know. If you don't like my stuff, let me know. I'll take it either way.
Let them know. Let us know. All right.
Yep. All right, you want to wrap it up there, Robert?
Yep. I was just making one last check of the old chat stream to make sure we didn't leave any questions hanging. Um. Well, Rich. Well, it may be the end of Verbose Wednesday, but I mean, anything can happen between now and to infinity. It could come back, or it could come back in
We
different
never say
form.
never around here.
Yeah. So I mean, for at least as of now, it'd be last episode, but definitely not the end that you'll hear from us either together separately, virtually, whether in some form or some format. So, so that's what I mean. Where it's not necessarily end. Where you'll hear from us in some form virtually, whether in this form or a different form or other virtual adventure. Virtual adventure. No, that wouldn't be a good name for
We're
sure.
around,
But we'll be around.
We're
for
not
sure.
hard to find.
Exactly. As I was gonna say something like it's not like I don't stick out like a sore thumb, but I think my brother's coming up with the other alternative names for holiday shows. Verbose for Rosh Hashanah. Verbose Halloween. We'll figure something out, Josh, for sure. All right. Well, gotta get one more in there. Verbose Thanksgiving. I don't think I have a turkey sound effect. Otherwise, I play that right now. Although I can get the fireworks.
I have Festivus on my All Things YouTube show, so we shouldn't do a verbose Festivus. That would confuse the audience, I think.
Well, unless we were able to incorporate the feats of strength there virtually, but yeah, I'm telling you, I with the fans you had there, I'm sure you could find some good folks to proxy for your son there.
Or we do an elaborate production where you green screen yourself wrestling, I'll green screen myself wrestling, and we'll composite it together, and it'll look like we're both wrestling each other. Or not. That sounds like too much work. Jean-Claude's down there. Look at him. He thinks he's tough. Oh, he disappeared.
Yeah, he does that kind of thing.
He's got an explosive. No, see, Joshua Lee, that would be too confusing. Too confusing.
I keep thinking of maybe he's thinking like the MCU where they have a lot of crossovers. That's what I'm thinking. But
well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, like they say never, but at the same time, all doors are open. Is it all doors are open? Leave the door open. Leave the light on. Yep. Can always. Yes.
Your analogy game has not improved very much.
Hey, we got to slip one in there, you know. Well, if folks can think of a good name, you can always leave in the chat. We'll consider everything. All things considered. Oh wait, I think that's a show for another channel. Anyway, yep. You know when I'm starting to yammer and ramble away that it's time to wrap things up. So, as always, I mean, is there any final thoughts you'd like to share with everyone, Matt, before we wrap it up?
Well, just catch me online. Go to matthaas.com. You can go to allthingsyoutube.com. You can see all my web properties on one page. I've kind of consolidated it all. So you've got All Things YouTube, Awesome Wood Things, Piano Awesome, Awesome Fun Things, Awesome Taco Memes, Harrisburg Senators Fan Club. It's all out there on the interwebs. And wizardofhaas.com. I still got that one. It's all there.
Yep.
Just find me online. I'm not hard to find. private message me anything you want. If I have the answer, I'll tell you.
Yep. So I mean, I know like we've captured some of the information on the description. If there's any that you don't see that Matt had mentioned, again, you can always reach him directly, and he can provide that information to you. Same thing for me as well. Um, so yeah. Oh, I forgot. Oh wait, wrong one. I thought I had the thumbs up here. Hang on. Oh, it fell off.
Oh no.
Prop comic I ain't, so yep. So there's all the information there, folks. But yeah, I mean it's definitely been fun. I mean 40 episodes, that means 40 weeks, and yeah, I mean it's definitely been a blast to be able to do the program with you, Matt, and glad to be able to share it with the audience here. And like I said, maybe the last episode, but not necessarily the end, because there will be we'll be on in some form virtually, if not this program, other programs, whether together or separate. So so definitely not the last you've heard of us for sure. So but for that being said, appreciate everyone of catching us live. Again, the replay will be available, and on our ShaLaLaLa Productions website, we still have the Verbose Wednesdays. So any of the episodes that you may have missed earlier, the last 39 episodes, they'll still be there in memoriam. Wait, in perpetuity? No, in what's the word?
Perpetuity works.
Okay, so you can always check that out there, and yeah, and again, if there's any questions. Whether on this episode or others, just leave it on the comment there, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But yeah, I've been Rob. I'm Rob, and that's
Matt.
So thanks for watching, and take care, everyone, and thanks.
Live long and prosper.